So Noctua releases something completely different, right? It's not about the fans in your PC, it's not about cooling and not, well, it is about cooling, but not your PC components. We have here Noctua home product line. This is something, well, not completely unexpected, but it's definitely something that you wouldn't, I don't know how to say it. I mean, it's kind of cool, I do have to say. So we have Noctua home products that are designed for home, office, or even multi-purpose to cool down some additional devices that are, I don't know, like VCR, or I'll get to that part later on. But we have loads of stuff to go here. Some are doubled because you can buy stuff separately. You can buy them in a multi-purpose set, let's put it this way, where you get adapter for your wall plug, where you get the controller, 8 PWM controller for your fans. So we have multiple gaskets, the whole configuration with this one, and loads of other stuff, right? So we're going to go with the simplest thing. You have the multi-purpose gasket, which is NV-MPG112 black. So this is for 12mm fan. You have it in black, and of course you have it in brown. And then we go with other multi-purpose pads. These are NV-MPP1 brown S x4, which means they're compatible with 120 and 140mm fans. They're extra soft, highly tear-proof silicone. So this is quite interesting, and of course they come in two colors. You have them in black and you have them in brown. So these are some sort of distancers, I would call them, that separate the fan from some sort of a surface, right? To give you some distance, and so that the fan doesn't get into, I don't know, some position where the fan or the propeller inside can catch something in it. Is multi-purpose anti-vibration for Noctua 120 25mm. I'm talking here about the gasket. The pads are, as I stated, 120 and 140. That's ideal placing a fan on top for AV receivers, DVRs, video game consoles, stereo equipment, routers, home radiators, or other devices, I don't know, that have ventilation holes on top and can definitely benefit from an extra airflow. So this is something that is quite interesting, I do have to admit. The cool thing about when we're talking about these gaskets is that they have those, if you had the chance to use NF or basically any Noctua fan that has the possibility to swap the anti-vibration pads, these are designed the same way. So you just remove the original pads that come with the fan and place these, and that's basically it. You've mounted it. Now let's go further, because I do have loads of stuff right here. So we have here, this is some sort of an advanced version. We have here the 8-channel fan hub for 5 volts, 12 volts and 24 volts fans. It goes up to 60 watts power draw when it's powered with wall adapter, and up to 22 watts when powered via 4-pin output. So it's quite straightforward when we're talking about installation. It has a strong magnet at the back to hold it, but you also have possibility to use 4 screws on the side and attach it to wherever you want. And this time it comes with a quite nice and subtle cover. And what I mentioned is you can buy these stuff separately or in some sort of a, let's say, package. So the Noctua Home NVSP-H1 is the 8-channel powered fan hub set that comes with the fan hub, that comes with the power adapter, and it's all in one box. But I have here everything separately additionally to give you the idea, because you can buy that individually, plus you get the PWM male to female, and you get this NAFC1, which I already mentioned in a video before. This gives you a possibility to regulate the speed, which is kind of quite handy, I do have to admit. In addition to that, in the packages you get 4 standard fan screws, you get 4 screws to mount the fan hub, I don't know, to a wall, because you get these I don't know how they're called honestly in English, that's the first thing. But you can mount them on the wall with the screws and the additional parts that go before the screws in the wall, and 4 zip ties. So you can basically reroute the cables and do whatever you want. But then we go further, because that's not all, of course. We have here another multi-purpose fan set for device cooling, which contains the NF812 2520mm fan. We have NVMPG1 gasket, and we have NVMPP1 pads, plus you get the adapter to connect it to your wall socket. As already stated prior to this, this is ideal for adding or giving an extra cooling to electronic devices, such as AV receivers, routers, and everything that I mentioned so far. As stated, this is NVFS2 multi-purpose fan set. You get all of that in one go, and this is the fan. So you get these pads on top of the fan, and you get this huge gasket on the bottom part of the fan, and you even have this grill on top with well, full black, Chromax black, I think this is Chromax black, NF812 25 with PWM connection. Now this cable is quite short when we're talking about connecting it directly, but you have the adapter male to female, and you can connect it to NAFC1, which gives you a possibility to regulate the fan speed. Now on this side we have something that is more not directional approach, but it's a bit different. Okay, so let's go. What we have right here, this is, you have the possibility to 3D print this, but unless you're really a pro when we're talking about 3D printing, this is something completely. From this side it looks like a turbine, which is really cool, but regardless of that, you get 4 screws to mount this on your fan. This is the Noctua's NVAA112, so airflow amplifier for NF812-25 fans. In terms of, it creates more of a vacuum. Let's put it this way. Why? Because it is focusing airflow through these 4 holes. It's actually creating pressure to push the air, and it kind of creates a higher pressure for the fan. Because when you place this on a fan, it still blows the same way. And since the only way that air can go through this, it is practically squeezed out. And in those terms, it is pushing even harder. So I think you might have seen that on one case that I mentioned from Computex, and they went with that funnel shaped design as well. So this kind of creates the same, let's say, the same pressure, expanding the airflow for the fan. And this is how it comes in let's say in the whole package. So this is NVFS1. It comes with the NVAA112. It comes with NVFM1, which is the stand right here, and of course you get the fan, and I think and you get the grill at the back. But finally you also get the adapter to connect it, because you do need to connect it to your wall socket. You do need to connect it with the PWM to your NAFC1. So yeah, it kind of goes into that segment. So when we take everything into consideration, Noctua launched their home lineup, which has 2 complete ready-to-use fan sets, as well as 9 modular accessory products. As I already said, you have the pads, the multi-purpose pads, which are NVMPP1, we have brown and black set. Then we have the gaskets, which are NVMPG112, black and brown. Next to that, we have the airflow amplifier, the NVAA112. After that, we have the NVFM1, which is the multi-purpose ventilation holder, or should I call it like that. Then we have the NVFH2, which is a more robust version to the original NAFH1, which is an 8-way fan hub, which I already said, but this one is tailored for home office and all the other purposes that I already mentioned, because it changes the SATA power from FH1 for a 12 volts barrel connector, and it has a removable cover for mechanical protection, of course. And of course we have to have a clean appearance, since it's not tucked at the back side of the case. It's really something that I personally didn't expect, but I saw this, I think it was Computex 2023 when they first featured it on their booth, And this year I saw it again, because why not? It's something definitely different. But with this type of, let's say, setup, you can really do wonders. And I don't know, if you find a solution that this, or find a way where this is applicable in your home, in your office, or just cooling additional those devices, all that I mentioned, this might be something that will be suitable for you, without a doubt. But all in all, I know this is a lot to go through, because we have, as I said, 2 complete sets and 9 additional accessories. But all in all, I think you've seen everything right here, and you can see it additionally in the links in the description if you're interested in combining some of this, or I don't know, most likely the most common thing that I see this setup going is cooling the devices that I explained a couple of times in the video. Regardless of that, this looks quite interesting, because it also has loads of possibilities here at the bottom for mounting mechanism. 140, 120, because you can just adjust the bracket here at the bottom. You have screw mounts right here, zip tie mounts. It just is well thought through, and you can adjust the angle here. I think you can do it with your fingers. You don't have to use a screwdriver, and simply lock it in position where you see fit, and that's basically it. As already stated, links are in the description below. And I know this is a bit, it's not a strange video, it's not a different video, it's still a Noctua that we have in our PCs, or that you have in your PCs, or whatever, but they went a bit different in terms of using their technology when we're talking about the fans and their performance, and let's say pushing it into the home office and all the other applicable possibilities that you might find to be able to cool down with their fans. That's it, guys. That's it. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and click the notification bell so you don't miss out any future videos. And that'll be all for today, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.